What are we thinking about when we begin to consider this thing called new love? Well, when I'm using this term new love today, I want to talk about how love just moves us into a place of newness. How love is able to encourage us, inspire us, and help us see that where we are right now is not the only place where we can be. Love moves us. Love changes us. Love grows us. Love will put you in an uncomfortable place and challenge you to move. At this very moment, I'm live streaming for the first time the podcast. Why? Because of love. Because I want to grow, because I want to be able to serve in a greater capacity on a greater level and inspire somebody else to do the same thing. Perhaps you're listening to this podcast right now and you've been thinking about something that you've wanted to accomplish, something that you want to do, some dream that you have, some new relationship that you want to start, but you've been holding back. Something has kept you from moving forward. And perhaps during this season of love, when love is being so celebrated, at least the appearance of love. I mean, I understand that some of it is commercialized, but at the same time, there is an atmosphere, an environment right now that says that love is in the air, that love is important. Love is something that should be valued. And so, for our purposes as leaders in love, we look at love to see what will it cause us to do with our lives? How will love make you different in your relationships, on your business, in your job, during your professional endeavors or educational endeavors? How is love going to change you? That's the question of the night. What new thing, what new opportunity is love making available to you? And what will you do about it? Will you carpe diem? Will you seize the moment? Or will you allow fear to rule over you? See, that's the question we all get to face. That's the challenge that we all get to face. We'll be presented with love on one hand, and wherever there's love, there will be fear trying to rob you of the experiences of love. So which one? Which one will you say yes to? Which one will you answer to? And how long will it take? Every moment that we give into fear is a moment that we've lost in love. Think about that. We have a few moments in life where we are given these moments to be able to do something with them. And so often fear will rob us. Listen, I'm going to be honest. Before turning on this podcast and beginning to record, even though I've done it a number of times already, and even though I talk live every night, the fact that I decided to record the podcast and broadcast it live via video caused me a little bit of a hesitation. And I don't even know why. I guess it's only because I was announcing that I was doing it. I made an announcement. Once I made the announcement, once it became public, I was no longer just in my own mind, just having an idea, just going about it with no repercussions, without failing in front of someone. It was just me and my idea, and I was just rehearsing it, and I was just going to do it. And as long as it was in my mind, I was safe. But the moment that you tell someone that you're going to do something, the moment that you extend yourself beyond what has been comfortable for you, that's where the opportunity for fear gets to come in. Because fear gets to say, well, what if you mess up? Well, what if you're not as good as you thought you were going to be? Or fear is just gonna wreak havoc on you. And it doesn't matter if it's a podcast or starting a new relationship or starting a new business or whatever it may be. The moment that you decide that you are going to start something new and you share it and you make it public and you make it available for the eyes and the ears of other people to see, guess what? Fear has a chance to get in and mess with you. Fear has a chance to talk you out of whatever you said that you were going to do. And so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to extend myself today in an act that said I was making a brand new commitment to love, a brand new commitment to loving myself, meaning I'm going to take my dreams and not just have them, but I'm going to do something with them. But I also was making a brand new commitment to loving growth and expansion, going beyond where I've been. But I was also making a new commitment to those that are a part of my life and those that are yet to come by showing up and doing something to say, listen, you matter so much to me that I want to connect with you all of these different ways. I want to try something new. I want to try to build the bridge for you, help you build the bridge so that you can get from your dreams to making them a reality, from ideas to implementation, from discovering your gift to delivering your gift. That's what it's about. But if I really don't love those that I believe that I'm called to serve and those that I believe that I'm called to encourage, if I don't really love them, I'll let fear talk me out of it. And so, what do? We have to look at this thing called love and embrace it and embrace the fact that love is always going to call us out of a comfort zone. And really, when you think about it, that's the exciting part about love. Love is going to give you a fresh, new experience. Love is going to take you from one level to a higher and new level. Do you want that? Are you willing to break up with, divorce, fear in order to have the experience of love? Are you willing to look at your past and say, today, I'm making a new commitment and making a change? So we can think about Valentine's. And as I was out today, I was seeing different people. Saw a lot of guys, quite a few gentlemen buying a lot of flowers. They were stocking up. And I was thinking as I watched them, what's their objective? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to perhaps create a new atmosphere, a new environment in their situation? Are they expanding themselves? What exactly is going on? As we look at one another, we all have we can all have this opportunity to have the same questions where we can look at someone and wonder what's going on. When you look in the mirror, do you look at yourself and think, all right, what new thing am I pursuing? What am I going for? How am I changing? How am I developing? Love, when you really have it, won't allow you to stay the same. And here's why: love makes demands. Love is demanding. Love is going to ask you for something. But the great thing about love is that love is also going to reward you with far more than what you're asked to give. See, I'm not just talking about being in a situation where it's just lust, where it's artificial, where it's just heat of the moment. No, that's something totally different. That's that place where you can live in this fantasy world and make believe, but there's not a whole lot of real substance. Real substance, you can check. Love is going to produce real substance. If you're in relationships that are asking you for something and placing a demand on you and asking you and begging you and demanding something from you, and yet there's no return, that's not love. That's something different. That might be someone manipulating you. That might be someone just using you for their own personal gain. Because love only presents victories. Love is going to ask you, love is going to reward you, love is going to impact the environment. Love. When love is really in the building, you'll know it because the entire atmosphere is going to be different. So we get caught up and we think, okay, Oh, I'm in this and it feels good. And yes, love will produce feelings, but do not let that be the only judge. Don't let that be the only thing that you use to judge whether or not a situation is love. When the situation is truly love, you can look for growth. You can look for some friction, because love. Let me just tell you, love does not shy away from the friction. Love is going to introduce itself into your life and say, guess what? I'm going to disrupt some things. I'm not going to let you stay the same because I am love and this is what I do. See, the evidence of love is growth, is change. If you remain the same, you're not really growing. And guess what? We're not actually remaining the same. We have to be either growing or we're dying. We have to be developing or we're regressing, because life moves forward. And what love says is that, guess what? If you respond to me, I'll move you forward. I will move you forward so that life is not just passing you by. You may have heard it said that the moving at the speed of light. Well, that's one level of speed, but moving at the speed of love, that's something totally different. Love moves you in a different kind of way. Love is going to say, no, I'm not letting you stay there, because if you stay there, you're going to die there. If you stay there, the wounds will just continue to be wounds there. You won't heal there. So I have to move you forward. I have to get you out of this situation. I have to change your mindset. I have to do something different. I have to challenge you to do something different. Love says, I want the very best of you. So I'm going to challenge you and move you and cause you to grow and be in a different atmosphere, a different environment. All the uncertainty, all the doubt, the uneasiness, that's love giving you a warning. When you're in those places where you know something is not good for you, and yet you're still trying to talk yourself into it, no, that's not love. But at the same time, that is love telling you, this isn't your spot. We know. There's something on the inside of us that knows. It'll sound the alarm. But if we ignore it, guess what? That alarm, while it was still sounding, it'll start getting muffled, and it'll start to be drowned out. I'm sure you've been in a relationship where you thought about it and you kind of questioned it from the beginning. You're like, something just doesn't seem right about this. But let me just speak for myself. But in my case, even though that gut instinct said, don't do it, don't go this way, I did it anyway. And I tried to mask what I heard on the inside. I tried to silence the voice of wisdom on the inside. I ignored the red flags. It wasn't even just a red flag. It was a red flag, siren, bells, whistles, everything. And I ignored it. I ignored the voice of people that were around me that were telling me, mm, don't do it. It's not the right one. Don't do it. Don't go down this road. Don't go down this path. Don't do it. But I ignored it. I ignored the love that was in my atmosphere telling me, no, don't do it. And you end up paying the price. End up paying a price for ignoring the voice of love. Perhaps because, like in my case, there were some things that I wanted to prove. Why? Because there were some voids and some empty places in my own life that weren't being addressed, that hadn't been addressed. And I thought, well, I can do this because, I have it within me. I got this. I can do this. I'll make it right. I'll make it good. And I'm thinking about how is going to fix something in my life. And love was trying to tell me, no, that's not the answer. And I ignored it. And guess what? Sometimes the price of ignoring love, dare I say, that always, I don't like to use always and never too much, but I would dare say that anytime we ignore the voice of love, we are going to pay a significant price. There is going to be some pain attached with ignoring the voice of love because love is there and just wants the best for us. That's it. Now, I'm not saying love is easy. No, love has requirements. Love requires something of us. It requires patience and kindness and keeping no record of wrongs and forgiveness. And love requires some stuff, right? Love is going to make us do the uncomfortable thing. Love is going to take us to that place, but it's for our own good because love always protects. Even when we're being hard headed, love is trying to speak to us to tell us, listen, don't do that. Don't go there. Don't be in that relationship. Don't connect with that person. Don't be in that environment with them. Don't sell yourself short. Right? Like love is trying to tell us. Love, love is this way. Love is going to say, okay, here's the standard. If you hold to this standard, it's better for you. And sometimes we buck against the standard because we want something now as opposed to holding on and waiting because somebody's telling us the standard is too high, the standard is too much. It doesn't take all that we're high maintenance. See, that's the trick. If I can convince you that you're high maintenance and that being high maintenance means that somehow you are in a negative position, so you need to lower your standards so you can be less maintenance, well, that just gets you to compromise. Truth is, the reason that you require so much is because you have so much worth. You have so much value. There's a lot in you to be cared for. You are royalty to be held in the highest regard. See, if we think about it differently, like, like I've never seen the crown jewels, but I've looked them up on the internet, and there's a lot of security around it. They're maintained at a high level. Something that has high worth has a lot of maintenance that goes around it. There's security details. There are systems and protocols and ways of caring for things that have high regard. When someone has high regard for something, they care for it different. So someone that would complain that you are high maintenance perhaps is not suited to care for you. And so here's the truth about this situation. You don't need to have that conversation with yourself. Because if you have that conversation with yourself and you tell yourself, I guess I guess I am too high maintenance. I guess I am too much. I guess my standards are too high. The thing that's going to happen after that, the thought that's going to come after that is, okay, well, now let me decrease. But love is telling you you're worth all that. And so today, I wanted to have these moments to encourage you, even as I encourage myself, to know that you are to be held in highest esteem, held in highest regard, that you have highest value. And so today, on this day where around the world, People are celebrating Valentine's Day. They celebrate love on this particular day. My challenge and encouragement to you is this, that you would look at yourself and make a brand new commitment, that you would look at yourself and say, I'm worthy of being held in the highest esteem, in the highest regard. I am worthy of that. And that you begin to have this discussion and this dialogue with yourself, and that you begin to reshape your life to take new steps in loving yourself at this level because you are worthy of it. Today, commitment day. I I I challenge you to make that proposal to yourself. Propose that to yourself. And then I challenge you to say yes to the proposal. To say that from now moving forward, you will see yourself and hold yourself in with royal esteem. That you would embody royalty and everything that comes along with it. A royal mindset, a royal outlook, royal conversation, royal community, royal atmosphere. When you walk in the place, you're not simply walking into a place. As royalty, when you walk into a place, when you step into a place, when you show up, the kingdom shows up. You're royalty. So that means everywhere you go, you have a kingdom presence. So as you begin moving now, move differently. Don't move as if you're common because you're not. You get to move forward with some power, with some authority, and yes, the brilliance that is upon you needs to be seen now. Your season of hiding is over. Your season of simply getting by is over. It's time for a new day. And love is calling you into this new day. And so, since love is making the call, it's now up to you to say yes. So, what will your response be? Will you give love a yes every day? I appreciate you being here on this special day, not only because we have just aired another podcast, but we did it live. We did it with video. And so today is a special day, another day of love moving us forward to grow, to develop, and live unapologetically powerful. Letting our voices be heard, letting our light shine in this earth so that the world would be a better place, so that love would rule, so that love would reign, so that we could pour out as vessels of value. We could pour out value upon someone else. Thank you for being here. Now it's your opportunity to take from these moments and go pour out into the world. Someone needs you. So please show up for them. I am B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, ARD, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are strong. Have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya. All right.